Welcome back to another exciting episode of The Next Big Move, where we flip the script so the students finally get to ask the questions. I'm your host, Parisa Patel, and today we are joined by someone whose journey is a remarkable blend of discipline, ambition, and global leadership. Our guest, Mr. Darayus Bajan, brings over 30 years of banking excellence, has held leadership roles at Citibank, Rabico Bank, Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank, International Asset Reconstruction Company, and now serves a country head at AB Bank. From being a top ranked CA and CS to completing programs at IIM Ahmedabad and Harvard Business School, he has built a career that is both inspiring and influential. Mr. Bajan, it's an absolute honor to have you with us today.
Thank you very much, Parizad, and it's absolute honor, a great honor to be with you and your colleagues and university. It's indeed my privilege to be talking to future of finance. I would say the future leaders of finance. As we say, we live in really exciting times. The finance is undergoing a sea change with AI, crypto, fintechs, and everything. And I understand that for students and even for lay people, it can be quite overwhelming. So today we are here to maybe answer a few of your questions and see how we can lift the curtain on all these mystical terms like AI, crypto, blockchain, digital, fintechs, and how the roles and opportunities have shaped my career. So over to you, Parisa.
Thank you so much. Let's start at the very beginning. We'd love to understand the foundations of your leadership journey.
So, foundations of the leadership journey starts right at home when you start taking responsibility for the tasks which are assigned to you. Starts with school, starts with college, starts with your. After my graduation, I enrolled for articleship. In my second year of articleship, I was asked to lead a team of
Oh,
juniors
wow.
under me. So that was the first leadership experience from a doer to an a doer role plus an oversight role. So that gives you the kind of responsibility that eggs you on to appreciate other people's point of view, how others are motivated, uh, how best you can get out of them, and how you can get the work done. So it started right at the very beginning of my career, and over gradual time, the leadership span kept on increasing.
Oh. And looking back, what were some of the earlier moments or decisions that really shaped your path as a leader today you are?
So one of the things which I would like to highlight is over the course of my career, I would never sit still, in the sense that I have always been quite a curious person, always keep asking questions, always try to learn new things, do general reading. So I mean, um, uh, I would say I am not shy of saying that I don't know something and I want to learn, and that kind of helps me growing. So I graduated as a in commerce accountancy. I did my CA, company secretary, management accountancy. So they are all dealing with numbers and law. And when the opportunity arose to lead the business side, I definitely put up my hand and said that I would like to do this role as well. So that was my pivot from finance to business. And yes, always being curious, always taking chances, always trying. Yes, I will do it. I don't know the answers right now, but I am quite willing and eager to learn. And please allow me to take up this job. That will kind of help you long in your career and your life, is what I would say.
I feel the spirit you have makes you go on in a field like finance.
So it is not about finance. It is generally after a certain point in your career, it is more about taking people along, because leadership, it's like a T-shaped thing. T is the focus. It's your deep area of expertise. Somebody may be a very good in finance, somebody in law, somebody in psychology. But the T, the horizontal, is the curiosity, the leadership, the emotional ability to carry the team and the people along with you. So that really helps.
Moving on, you've always emphasized on continuous learning, and your academic and professional education reflects that. Since you've studied at institutions like Harvard, IIM Ahmedabad, what's that one insight or learning from these experiences that fundamentally changed the way you lead?
So I would say a few things you get to learn from this institute. More than the technical aspects which you learn, just like in any other university, both IIM Ahmedabad and Harvard Business School run on case studies. So it's a mix of finance, legal, governance, compliance, human psychology, business, real world examples, competition, everything all put together. Few things I learned by studying and attending this great, I would say, world's foremost institutions in business and management is first is the humility. Generally, you have been good in your class or school or college, and here you are in a mix of people who are all experts or very, very kind of leaders in their respective fields. And you are so first, it gives you, it shows you the humility that there are so many great people around you. Second, it gives you the opportunity to interact with them, and generally the best ideas come from completely diverse backgrounds. So in our batch, we had a medical doctor also at
Oh,
Harvard Business School, and what a medical doctor can bring a perspective to a corporate case study can be completely different than what a lawyer or an accountant or a business person can bring. So the diversity. The third is, I would say, this institutions teach you as to how to think rather than what to think. It gives you the map, the process as to how to ask the right questions, because asking the right questions will lead you to a right answer. There is no right or wrong answer. It all depends on how you ask the questions, what kind of questions you ask, and that's where you get to get the real answers.
nice. Moving forward, as students who hope to work internationally someday, we know it's not just about being in different countries, it's about understanding the new cultures and adapting to it. Building on that, would you recommend that young professionals try to get global exposure early on in their careers?
I would say that in life, whatever chances life gives you, you should just grab it and take it. Whether it is working across cultures, working across geographies, working within the cities. And I got a chance very earlier in my career. Just after I completed my chartered accountancy, I continued with PwC, which is one of the largest
Big Fours.
consulting firms in the world. Yeah, and they posted me to UAE, Dubai, and just after I completed my articleship. And the working style there was, before that I had worked only in India, and it's completely different. So in Middle East, it's trust and relationships. I've worked after that in Europe, in US as well. There it's more direct, process driven. In India, it's all relationship based, agility, how fast you can do, how quick you can do, how smartly you can do. So all the places has got different nuances, how to take people along. In Singapore, Hong Kong, it's completely different. You have to tell them very, very clearly what you expect out of them. You cannot leave anything unsaid. They are excellent followers of instructions. But whereas in India, in Europe, that's not the case. You give them the brief and they'll do things. So yes, if you get a chance, definitely please grab opportunity with both the hands. And the sooner you learn, the better it is that you know what the nuances are working in different cultures, in different geographies,
Yes.
and that helps you grow in your career faster.
How did you adapt to working in different countries?
So adaptability is, I think, the key word of anybody who has to grow has to adapt. The only thing in the world which is constant is the change. Change will keep coming from all directions, anytime, anywhere, and only those who are most adaptable. And that's why humans have survived for so many years, whereas dinosaurs were able to adapt to the new environment and they vanished. So adaptability of humans is the key thing, and if you have to succeed and thrive, you have to be adaptable. Take example, any organization, say Reliance, or say Nestle, or say Unilever. They have been here for say 50 years, 100 years, 200 years. They have continuously evolved, and they are still relevant today. So unless and until, so you keep the principles the same, but you have to keep on adapting, keep on growing, keep on responding to what the situations and life throws at you. So adaptability is the key to survival, and it is, you have to adapt, otherwise you will not be able to move ahead in life, and you will stagnate.
It's the key to success, basically.
Absolutely, it's
So,
the key to survival, I would say, not even
okay.
just success.
Today, compliance isn't just about paperwork, it's a way of thinking. And you have been someone who turns it into a real strength for an organization. Many people see compliance as a burden today, and often you've spoken about turning it into a strength. How do you see compliance evolving as a tool for trust and long term growth in today's world?
So I would say many people, or there is one viewpoint, is that compliance kind of decelerates or put brakes on, or on the innovation or on the growth or on the future of the company. But I would say reverse. Compliance gives you that underlying strength, the stability, the customer trust. If you know that you are doing the right things, then you can definitely focus on the business. It can, rather than an impediment, it can become your competitive advantage, it can become your differentiator. If you see banks, financial services, they are all about trust, they are all about money. It's less about money, it's about trust and human psychology. Why are some of the banks valued at less than book value? Some, and some of the extremely well run banks are valued at more than 3 to 4 times their book value. The biggest underlying factor between the two valuations is not about profitability, but how strong are their compliance, how strong are their compliance teams, how strong is the rigor, have they been fined by the regulators, are they in the news for all the right reasons or for the wrong reasons. So compliance is, I would say, not a tick box exercise, but it should be inherent part of the DNA, because that, the strength of compliance will help grow and take the company to the next level.
That's how we got AB Bank to the second most profitable company, bank, foreign bank.
Yes, we are, but I would say it is compliance plus business driven, and I am not the only one. The team also has a role to play in it. So kudos to them.
Technology, AI, and automation are changing banks so quickly now. It almost feels like the whole system is being rewritten. With all this happening, plus the incidents like the Deloitte Australian government scandal, reminding us how important trust and data ethics are, it makes us wonder, what does the bank of the future really look like? And what kind of mindset do you think your young leaders will need to grow and succeed in that world?
So I would say the bank of the future will be more or less invisible. It will be very innovative, AI driven. Bank will come to you. You may not have to visit the bank. Probably that is already happening. In our my parents' time, parents used to go to the bank probably every 2 weeks. I go to bank probably once a year, and probably your generation will never go to a bank because everything will be online, right from onboarding till closing of account. So the bank, and now the bank is in a box, which is your phone, and it's all AI driven. But it is only the delivery channel has changed, the delivery medium has changed. The underlying factor, which is the money, the trust, the human psychology, are all constant all throughout generations. It's only the delivery channel, which is through AI, the credit risk is evaluated, how much loan will you get, how much credit card limit will you get, whether or not you are a credit worthy customer or not. That is all driven by AI. What kind of screen you would like to have as your starting screen or something like that. So this is all driven. So it's only the delivery medium which is changing. The underlying, the engine is not changing, is what I would say.
Okay.
And the skills which anybody, not just students, will require is to be adaptable and agile and learn and continue, because as we discussed at the start of this discussion, is that the world is changing very rapidly, and the one who's most adaptable, the one who's asking the right questions, the one who's most willing to learn, will thrive, will survive and thrive in this world.
And what do you think of the new scandal, the Deloitte and the Australian government one, which happened recently?
I would say that before using a tool, you should know what this tool can be used for. For example, as my professor used to say, that if you take a crocin for a heart pain and then say crocin is not working, then it's a wrong way, because you are not using the right tools for something like that. Now, if we have done any basic course on AI, and what AI does is, the problems like Deloitte Australia thing happens when people start using Chat GPT or Gemini as a search engine, and that is the biggest problem. They are not search engines. If you give a 3,000 page document to Chat GPT and ask it to summarize in 3 pages, it will do a fantastic job of that. But if you ask it to find 30 case laws pertaining to some environmental cases, it may make up case, because it's not a search engine. And what Deloitte Australia scandal tells us is they are using the wrong tools for, for the wrong things. They were given a project, but instead of searching some other databases, they use probably ChatGPT or AI, and you
Yes.
cannot blame it, because that's not the tool you are supposed to use any which ways.
Yes.
And Google Gemini, of course, I use. You are always, ChatGPT does not, but Google Gemini always says, please check the answers. Gemini can be wrong. It mentions as the last statement, and that's a disclaimer they say. So it's our job to check it. But the way AI, at least whatever AI kinds of AI which I am using, it's more for summarizing, more for extracting. You ask it to do certain jobs, or give it a policy, ask it to say please write a 20 FAQs on this policy. It will do a fantastic job, rather than searching for a best policy.
We cannot trust AI completely.
We can trust, but we have to use it along with, as we have to check it with some other methods and alternative methods. It gives you probably most of the answers. Probably it points you in the right direction, but you can never be 100% certain. You need to do some extra validation before you can rely on it.
Okay.
But it gives you a great start. It can be a great assistant, but you cannot rely on your assistant blindly, otherwise it will take your job.
Moving forward, every student here is building their own path, and hearing from someone who's walked such a remarkable journey can really make a difference in how we think about our own futures. So, for young professionals stepping into finance and technology today, what mindset or habit do you think separates good leaders from great ones?
So I would say three things. One is the humility to, first of all, acknowledge that you don't know everything. Even in finance, I know probably 1% of what is there in the entire world in finance. The second is you master what you know well, and you know your area or your circle of competence, and you work within that, because you know that is, you should, the most important thing is you should know what you don't know, and you should know what you know, and what you know really well. And if we try to kind of keep our focus on doing that, that really helps. Secondly, I would say is the curiosity. We should always be curious, willing to say that I don't know anything, but at the same time I am willing and ready to learn new things. And the third is the adaptable mindset. World is changing, technology is changing. It's not going to wait for anyone. Either we adapt, we thrive, we survive, we make a mark, or we are just left behind. So it is, so three things I would say is curiosity, humility, and adaptability.
Okay, so now we'll go to the rapid fire segment. So, Mr. Bajan, now it's time to lighten up things a little. This is our fast paced, instinct driven round where we get to see the spontaneous side of our guest. Quick answers, no overthinking, just your instinct. Ready?
Sure. Shoot.
Finish the sentence. Leadership to me means
I would say creating clarity, inspiring confidence, and empowering people.
myth or reality. Compliance slows innovation.
Compliance accelerates innovation.
This or that. Strategy or execution.
By far, execution eats strategy for breakfast.
The next big move or the next big mistake. AI driven credit scoring.
It's already here, probably without your knowing it. So it's the next big move, but it has to be used with a guardrails. Can't rely 100%, 80-90% you can rely.
Okay. Finish the sentence. The biggest misconception about banking is today.
That it's about money. It's never about money. It's about trust and human psychology.
The next big move or the next big mistake. Private equity becoming accessible to retail investors.
Can be a bit of both, but with adequate guardrails, it can become a boon.
Okay, so the next big move.
Yes.
Myth or reality? Fintechs are a threat to traditional banks.
They can never be threat to financial banks because they do not have sources of funds. They are all funded by private money. The definition of banking itself says accepting deposits for the purpose of lending. Fintechs are not allowed to mobilize deposits. So they can push banks, they will push banks to innovate faster, but they can never replace banks because they cannot survive because they don't have sources of adequate sources of long-term funds.
This or that. Global markets or Indian markets.
Bit of both, largely Indian markets. To quote Rakesh Junjunwala, if you are traveling on a Western Railway line, and in his words, the train has started from Churchgate, we are still at Churni Road station. It's long way to go to Borivali station.
The next big move or the next big mistake. Tokenize gold and silver as mainstream assets.
It can be a deadly combination provided with adequate guardrails it can be used because it will enable people to buy large things in very small quantities.
Finish the sentence. Success for me is.
I would say helping people grow and making your mark in your life.
Thank you so much for such an insightful round.
Thank you very much.
Moving forward, is there any financial mistake do you see young professionals make nowadays and they can avoid it?
One which we referred to in our earlier part, don't lose money. And the rule number 2 is don't forget rule number 1. So it is very easy unless and until you study deeply, it is advisable to, don't lose big money. I would say, of course, you can lose small money, but stick to the things which you know rather than venturing out into things which you don't know. Start small, wait time, let the eighth wonder of the world take charge of your investments, which is the compounding.
What's one decision you made in What's one decision you made that completely changed the trajectory of your career?
Asking for things and doing things which nobody else wanted to do, raising my hands up for projects which nobody wanted to do, and the more responsibilities and the more accountabilities you shoulder at a younger age, the faster you rise and the more diverse the experience you get. So I would say raising my hands when nobody else would raise the hand in the class to do a job or a task or a project or whatever.
And if you would like to summarize your leadership philosophy in one sentence, what would it be today?
I would say leadership is giving clarity to people, instilling confidence in them, because everybody is uniquely positioned. Every individual is unique, and letting them empower and getting the best out of them is, I would say, a true hallmark of a great leader. Letting everybody blossom in their best way.
And before we close, one last thing. As students, we are always eager to learn more. Is there anything might have missed or anything you'd like to share?
I would say nothing we have missed. We have covered everything. I would say just keep on being curious. And I would like to end with Steve Jobs of Apple. Stay hungry and stay foolish. Be always curious. Keep on willing to learn and always be adaptable in life, and you will succeed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bajan. Your insights, your journey, and your philosophy has really inspired students here today.
Thank you very much. It indeed is a pleasure meeting you, and good luck and Godspeed to all of you.
And we're really grateful for your time and
Pleasure
wisdom
is
today.
mine. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching us today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.